Hello friends, today I'm bringing you some spicy content, um, and it's not going to be some gameplay from myself, but actually somewhat of a roast on a certain strategy, my thoughts and why I think it's not really working after certain MMR, so to say. Okay, let's jump into the game. This is from Berserker Team League, Division 5, I think, which is Valkyrie, 3.8 game of mark cap, anyways. And I'm playing against Hazard Esports' Tima. There's a, I think, 3200 MMR Protoss, 3300, something along those lines. Pretty closely packed game. We're both opening two gates on top of the ramp. Despite being inside and out, which would suggest one gate expand. I don't know about Tima's strategy. I suck at one gate expand. Let's just speed this up because I don't want to rant too much about it. So I get my core, and my general thought is going to be opening Stalker Sentry, getting the Nexus, then Stalker Sentry, Stalker before Warp Gate finishes. So I get denied the scouting. He plays a pylon over here. It's irrelevant since I'm going for two sentries really early on. So I'll have basically infinite map hacks and whatnot. Oh, there we go. So he's blocking with the shield battery, denying me. The idea was really good because that means I cannot place a pylon over here, but I saw the expansion, so I knew that there's nothing up there because you have to expand. I get my 2 units and expand myself as well a tiny bit later. And Chrono my 3rd and 4th unit. This is because I won my 2nd sentry out and I knew he had potentially 2 stalkers. Oh, I knew is kind of like extreme. And we see that he cancelled the Robo and went for the Stargate. Myself, I'm opening Robo because that works against like later DTs later or early on, basically. Works against, or pretty much anything. Works against like mass stalkers with the Immortals. I can just send out like I can send out an Observer. I'm also going for Twilight. I skipped the Forge, which is kind of unfortunate, I would say. I see that he has those 6 units, and he's doing something weird. He's going for the Fleet Beacon. I should send out this one. This sentry has enough energy, and I should send out a hallucination right about now, I think, because I haven't scouted in a long time. Oh, there we go. Observer on the way as well. I see that he has a single shield battery. The confusion was getting a Forge with a Stargate was kind of interesting, and now that I see that it's basically double Stargate carrier, because I saw the carrier producing as well, I was like, okay, I actually need to move out on the map. So this is what I do. Blink is finishing in a couple of seconds. Oh, there we go. Blink finished. Now I go for charge and +1 as well, but I had to move out. First of all, let's clear the thoughts that I knew this. I'm going to slow it down from here. This is where the spicy stuff comes in. So, getting my game knowledge, seeing the Stargate and the Forge, I was like, either Turtle Protoss or carriers with, or basically just SKYTOSS with the shield upgrade. And I think the big giveaway that this is going to be something else, like something cheesy, basically super greedy double Stargate carrier, was that I actually saw the Warp Gate finishing super late. Now I am not really aware if this is Tima's fault for not having it early on, like for getting it, or if this is like something to get that 50 extra gas to be able to produce, to warp in that Fleet Beacon or the 2nd Stargate or even the 1st Stargate faster. But yeah, the idea was that he has 2 Stargates. One of them is already producing carriers. He shouldn't, and I say shouldn't because this is the case, he shouldn't have that much money on 2 bases with 2 Stargates and this amount of units, because I saw these units. Don't forget, I have an observer here. I always hotkey my observer, and I peek at it every once in a while. And my new goal was basically just scouting more often in PvP, because I felt like I die to random sub because I'm not aware of it coming my way. So with the knowledge and experience I had, I said, okay, he needs to have a 3rd base, or has to get it at some point. And I was like, he either has it or he just started it. So I come out and actually misposition my Immortal, which is coming from behind here, and my 2 sentries as well. These are super exposed. I think I'll even lose them. But I get a kill actually. Important. So important. I get a kill on this. Meaning, let's just move it back a tiny bit. So there we go. There's the kill. 400 minerals down the drain, which means 1 less carrier, even if he has the gas. So at this point, I lost my 2 sentries. I lost my Immortal. I was like, I'll try to deny some interceptors, so he cannot really move across right away. And I'll just have my I'll wait for my Warpism and a huge warping, because I had 8 gates at this point. He had only 2, so that's not going to work. He has no carriers in production, so he has this single carrier. And once again, I managed to kill this base, and this time the pylons, well, not that it really matters. And I just destroy all the interceptors. Sadly, I lose my Warpism, but at this point it was over. So yeah, having a single carrier. Everything being scouted is basically a sign that you probably shouldn't play this build. I think it works if you transition into it faster, but don't go for it right away. Or if you, I think it worked in the previous patch where Void Rays were cheaper and came out faster, because you could go for Void Rays, like a huge amount of Void Rays actually. And honestly, even here, if I waited like 2 to 4-ish minutes, probably I would have died, because he had 2 Stargates. Maybe he would have added the 3rd one, the 3rd base would have finished, could have batteried up, all that stuff. So yeah, I think I had a really good decision of going for this blink attack. And well, actually it was kind of a timing, I would say. I was late like a couple seconds. Didn't really time it out too much, but I was like getting there just by when blink finished. And I had +1 in charge on the way. What I could have done is go into Stargate myself, but I think at this point would have been pointless. Adding a few more gates, my 3rd base, even a 4th at this point, I guess would have cut it, even if he holds with some miracle. Because he had no cannons, so he got a super early forge. Never used it until like I think 2 minutes ago. So that's 150 minerals, which could have been a gateway, honestly. Let's be honest on that one. Or just could have been spent on an extra carrier early on. Also, basically me going 2 sentries early on and expanding almost at the same time, reactively expanding versus his expansion. My Nexus was a couple seconds later, like I think maybe even 20 seconds or something, 15 seconds, something like that. So it wasn't the end of the world, because I went for the faster expansion as well. I didn't try to kill him, I tried to out macro him. But when I saw the double Stargate with the fleet beacon and the forge, I knew that he's going for air upgrades, he's going for shield upgrades, and I cannot really afford to fight against it. Um, and to be completely honest with you guys, I actually despise SkyToss. Whoever knows me knows that I despise SkyToss. I don't hate the player itself as a person, but I hate the playstyle, the strategy, and even the thought of it. To give you, to give you like some sort of an analogy, last time I went SkyToss, I went to take a shower after that. Let's just end it at that point. Um, yeah. All right. That's going to be it for today. Um, this is something new. Let me know if you like it or not. So if I should do more of these or not. Um, this was kind of like an in my mind session. I could do like some less spicy stuff, like how I beat a 3.9k random player. Uh, yeah. Thanks for watching. Love you, Mousy fam. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends if you're interested. Ring the notification bell if you want to see more of this and you want to be the first to see it. And I also have my second channel, my casting channel down there. And I also have a Twitch. I have no schedule, but I try to stream as often as I can. Alright, take care, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.